Over the middle and bring it down. RJ Harris, terrific catch.
Now I'm welcomed by Ottawa Redblacks wide receiver number 84, RJ Harris. RJ, how are you doing today?
Good, bro. I'm good. Everything's going well down here. Thank you for having me on your podcast, big dog.
Yeah, no problem. And it's been a long time since we've seen you back on a football field. It's felt like forever, well over a year now. And just talking about the long off season that you've had, what's been keeping you busy? I know I've seen you posting about your kids and yet another kid on the way. So what's your off season been with like the family and everything?
Like you said, bro, I've just been straight daddy duties. That's it. I just had my second daughter. She was born on January the 6th. So she's back home now. She's healthy. Mom is healthy. So we're extremely, blessed, happy, grateful, just that everything goes smoothly. And having two little girls now is definitely putting a lot of stuff into perspective. I'm a girl dad, and it's awesome. So this whole, off season, extended off season, it sucked, not having football. But like I said, just having this whole year to really be at home with my family, with my girls, and really be a dad, it's definitely been a blessing in its own. So just got to look at everything as glass half full.
And obviously the reason for no season last year and the reason why it's such a long off season was because of COVID and the pandemic that it created. So obviously it's created a lot of free time for some people, but you've been keeping yourself busy and you've been making it known on social media. You've been doing your camps. Your camp was canceled because of COVID at the start, but you ended up starting your own trainings and everything else that you've been doing. So in a whole, I guess, what's this whole time been like to kind of start that? And tell me more about RJ's I guess skill development.
Yeah, so like you said, I started this last year, and the idea was just to, I was home for the off season. I wanted to have like a football camp just for the kids in the community, just to come out and just be around a professional athlete. I had a couple guys from Ottawa who were actually in the DMV area. They were going to come out and help me run the camp. And like I said, our goal was just to have like a fun day for the kids in the community. But unfortunately, obviously, COVID shut that down. And when COVID shut it down, I did see a lot of feedback from the community. Like a lot of parents were excited, the kids were excited. So that kind of made me want to, get something else up off the ground. And with all the restrictions, I knew I wasn't going to be able to have a camp with 50, 60, 70 kids. So I just decided to start my own little training company where I just train youth athletes in small group and private one-on-one sessions. And that's kind of been my job, my day-to-day in the off season. I just growing clientele, growing the business, growing my brand. And, being from where I'm from, I have a lot of support behind me. And, the parents, they're really taking to what I'm doing. So my main goal right now, like I said, is just to grow and give all this knowledge that I've gained over the years playing professional football back to the youth, my community.
And obviously you've been getting a lot of great feedback. I've seen it on social media. You have a lot of followers that are really happy for what you're doing. And I know the Red Blacks fans are excited to see another Red Blacks player giving back. We see a lot of it here in the city of Ottawa. So what's it been like? Has this been something that you've always been wanting to do since you got into football, or has it just been something that came up during, I guess, this whole time?
No, it's something I've wanted to do for a while now. Like I've wanted to set up and host and run my own camp for years. And there was just always, I guess you could say, this fear that I had of just starting it, starting something new, starting a business, starting a brand. And I was always so like afraid to just take that leap. And then finally, last year I just said, it's time. And I stepped up to the plate, got it started. And since then, like I said, it's just been a snowball effect. It's just been growing. I've been growing within the community. I have a lot of people not within my community in other states, other countries. You have my RJs shirt on right now, and it's really starting to grow. So, I'm just really, like I said, I'm really grateful that I decided to take that leap of faith and just go ahead and go with it and get it started. So now I'm not only like RJ, the, professional football player. Now I'm known as like a business owner, giving back into the community, outreach programs, things like that. So it's definitely, it's gaining some momentum and growing for me. So I'm excited about it.
And this is just something that you've been able to do over this last while because of the free time that you've been given. And unfortunately, you haven't really been able to play a whole lot of football, and that's an unfortunate thing. But training these kids, it's been able to give you more time to train as well, I imagine. So how do you feel physically coming up for a 2021 season?
I mean, physically, I'm healthier than I've ever been. Having a year off from football, you just take that time to just let your body heal, recover. You start, like I said, you start diving into new things. Like I've been taking my mental health a lot more serious, trying to train my brain, things like that. And like you said, being able to train these kids every day, 5-6 days a week. I have some older guys that are, college seniors in high school. And, rather than just get out there and tell them what to do, I hop into those training sessions with them. So I'm actually physically training myself while training them. So it's giving me that my football fix that I need. Like I'm not just around it. I'm actually doing it, being involved with these kids. So like I said, I feel great, feeling excited, ready to get back when the season starts.
And whenever the season does start, it's great to hear that you're going to be 100% and probably 110% healthy. And it's going to be exciting to see you back on the field. So what excites you the most about the new contract that you just got? Obviously, it's bringing you back to Ottawa, a city that you know very well from the last couple of years that you've been here. So what really excites you the most about coming back?
I mean, for starters, just our nation. That fan base up there in Ottawa is unbelievable. It really helped grow my love for the game again. They're so passionate about the game. They show a lot of respect to us, not only as players, but to us as people. They welcomed me and my family there for the past few years. And, I'm just really grateful for another opportunity. Marcel and the Ottawa Redblacks and, that whole staff, they gave me my first actual taste at professional football, playing in an active game. So, I'm really grateful for that. And I would just like to help be a part of that turnaround. We had a down year the last time Ottawa was out there on the field. So to be a part of a football turnaround and get that program back to where we belong, I feel like that would be something really cool to be a part of and, be special to be a part of that bounce back.
And I mentioned the contract that you just got. So you're re-signed by the Ottawa Redblacks and you're going to be back. So how does it feel to get that contract out of the way? You have to avoid free agency that way. And I know free agency could be very stressful, especially in the CFL because of the 9 teams. I'm sure all 9 teams will be wanting to get you as well. So how does it feel to get that out of the way?
Just to have it done early, it just showed that the Redblacks organization still had faith in me. I knew where I wanted to be at. So like I said, I've just been working my tail off so that when I get back to Ottawa, I'm ready to go and be at 100% and just prove that, they made the correct decision in trying to sign me back before free agency hit.
And along with your signing, the team has also re-signed Jalen Saunders, who hasn't played a game with the Ottawa Redblacks, but he's also a proven receiver in the CFL. And it looks like we're hopefully bringing back both Brad Sinopoli and Nick Arbuckle for the offensive side of the ball as well. So what's it like to see some new faces on the team? And also you mentioned the staff. We have new coaches and La Police from Winnipeg, as well as the defensive coordinator and all the special teams and everybody else. It's a whole new coaching staff. So how does it feel to have some new beginnings, and are you excited for that?
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely excited. Like I said, I would love to be a part of this turnaround. I feel like that would be really special, really exciting. So just to get back out there, like I said, with new guys, new staff, it's crazy. Like football is a fraternity in its own. Like everybody is so connected in one way or another. So like even though there might be some new faces, like they might be new to the fans, but it's kind of old to us. Like Jalen and I were both with the Saints back in 2015 at the same time. So, I spent the whole offseason in the Saints wide receiver room with Jalen. So I've already met Jalen prior to this. Coach Lapo, he's a UNH guy, and that's where I graduated from college from. I was on practice squad with the Winnipeg Blue Bombers my first year in the CFL when Lapo was the offensive coordinator. So, like I said, it might be new staff, people in place, but with the CFL being so small, 9 teams, like everybody is pretty well connected and has some familiarity with other people. So just looking forward to getting up there, building those new bonds, relationships with people, and trying to, like I said, start something special here in Ottawa.
And you mentioned the turnaround, and we're hoping to turn it around to win a Grey Cup. And over the last while, you've had some success here in Ottawa. You've built a few great seasons, and you haven't necessarily been the number one target with the Ottawa Redblacks, but coming into what could be the 2021 season, looks like you're going to be the number one receiver on the team, along with Jalen Saunders and hopefully Brad Sinopoli as well, but you're probably going to be the number one target. So obviously we've looked into the past couple of years where you've been a secondary target for Trevor Harris and Dominic Davis and not Jeremiah Mazzoli, that would be stupid, but Jonathan Jennings. Next year, you're going to have the opportunity to break 1,000 yards for the very first time. And what's it going to be like? Is it going to be that year, or how is next year going to plan out for you?
I haven't been physically in the building with the Ottawa Redblacks yet. We've talked on Zoom. We've not been able to dive into that playbook, but nobody knows exactly what next season is going to hold. Nobody knows who's going to be the number one receiver, who's going to be where, what positions. Everything is still new. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying that, that's what I'm expecting. I have high expectations for myself, but all I want to do is just go in there and whatever role that the team sees fit for me, I just want to make sure that I am the best at that role. If they see me as a number 1, number 2, number 3 guy, whatever it is, I just want to go in there and just make sure that I'm doing my role to the best of my ability. I just want to play my part because, like you said, we do have a lot of talent up there offensively. And if we can connect and all come together, I don't really think it matters who's your number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4 kind of guy. You know what I mean? As long as we're all pieces to the puzzle, we all have to do our own thing. If we're all in sync, you know what I mean, we can make a beautiful picture at the end. So that's the way I'm looking at it. Just another opportunity to continue and further my career and just go out there and just play my role, do my part to the best of my ability.
And over the last while, you've been able to see the success that whole offense have had with the Ottawa Redblacks. Your first year with the team, we had Deontay Spencer, and he was taking over, as well as Greg Ellingson, Brad Sinopoli. And in past years, we've had 4 guys that have broken the 1,000-yard marker. So we've had a lot of great receivers over the last while, and our nation has seen a lot of it. So obviously coming back to Ottawa next year, you're going to be faced with our nation. You mentioned it already before. How excited are you to be back in the city of Ottawa and seeing our nation once again? It's been a while.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, I'm super excited for that part of it. That game day atmosphere up there in Ottawa is unlike anything. When you're driving down the canal, all the streets are blocked off. People walking, they got face paint, all the red and black everywhere, the lumberjacks and everything. It's a dope environment to be in, and to be a part of that, like I said, is really special. And I'm really grateful that, I have an opportunity to continue to further my career in a great city like Ottawa with such great fans and our nation behind us the whole way.
And a couple last questions for yourself. Talking about the Ottawa Redblacks and even the fans, what have been some of your favorite moments, whether it's at TD Place or an away game, but just being a Ottawa Redblacks player?
One of my favorite moments would definitely be probably winning that the East Final back at home a couple years ago against Hamilton. That was really special, just being a part of that. Like you said, at that time, I was I was lesser known. I was just trying to get in where I fit in and just to see the atmosphere there and see how special and how loved the Ottawa Redblacks are in the city of Ottawa. It was really cool just to sit back and just see how the fans took that win, and it was really special to us, not just myself, but the entire organization as a whole.
And we mentioned the Ottawa Redblacks fans, and I'm sure you've had a lot of interactions with Redblacks fans over the last while. What would be your favorite interaction with a fan or something in the community that you've been able to witness here in the city of Ottawa?
Favorite interaction, one of my guy, Tim, he's a huge Redblacks fan. It's the first time ever that I've ever seen my jersey physically worn in the stands. I looked up and he had that 84 jersey on, and it was just super dope just to look up there and see that. So that was truly, a blessing to just, see somebody, a fan, have my jersey with my name and number on it. And it was just really surreal to me at that time.
And hopefully we'll be seeing more RJ Harris jerseys in the stands. And that was actually the last question I had for the interview. So thanks again for coming on, and look forward to seeing you in Ottawa next time.
Sounds good. Appreciate it, Jay-Z.
When it's hot, turned to the city, I broke all the notch. Got some more millies, I keep me a knot. I created history, it made me a lot. He tried to diss me and it don't false. We call him Chaucer, cause they gonna chop.